When becoming ended, the doer was free to act, and life became easy and simple. When I say when becoming ended, the doer was free to act, and life became easy and simple, I do not mean comfort. I do not mean success. I do not mean a pleasant life. Easy does not mean without difficulty. Simple does not mean without effort. What easy actually means? Easy means no inner resistance, no psychological drag, no second layer of commentary. You may still work hard, face uncertainty, deal with pressure, but there is no one inside arguing with reality. That argument was the difficulty. What simple actually means? Simple means one thing at a time, one action per moment, no mental surplus. Earlier, one action carried fear of future, hope of payoff, image maintenance, comparison. Now, action is just action. Simple is not a choice. Simple is what remains when the unnecessary is removed. Why this only happens when becoming ends? Becoming creates a future self, a standard to meet, a story to sustain. So every action asks, does this move me toward who I should be? That question fragments energy. When becoming ends, there is no future self to consult, no identity to update, no psychological accounting. So action moves straight. So I would say life is not heavy. You are heavy when you carry yourself. Why the doer becomes free? The doer was never bound by circumstances. The doer was bound by interpretation, bound by what will this lead to? How will I be seen? Am I on track? Freedom is not added. Freedom is what remains when these questions stop. Important warning. Listen carefully. Do not turn this into a philosophy, a badge, a permanent state you protect. The moment you say, my life is easy and simple now, you are becoming again. So, truth is not an experience to keep. It is the end of the one who wanted experience. So, life becomes easy and simple not because it changes, but because there is no longer a someone negotiating with it. Action happens, the mind stays quiet. That is all. First, becoming is suffering. This is not philosophy, this is mechanics. Becoming means a future state, an image to arrive at, a version of me to maintain. The moment there is becoming, time enters, comparison enters, evaluation enters, anxiety enters. Suffering is not emotional pain, suffering is psychological time. So, yes, becoming itself is the disease. Second, performer, watcher, doer. This distinction is sharp. Most never see it. Performer acts to be seen, needs feedback, feeds on highs and lows. Watcher, still split, observes the mind but keeps the observer intact. Feels subtle superiority. I am aware is still ego. Doer, no center, no commentary, no one inside saying I'm doing well. Action happens, that's all. So, when there is no becoming, there is only doer. Yes, because the doer is not a person, it is functioning. Third, ego and becoming. Ego is not pride, ego is not arrogance. Ego is the desire to be something. Spiritual, important, detached, strong, quiet, free. All ego. When there is no becoming, ego has nothing to feed on. Identity collapses. Presence is natural, not practiced. You don't try to be present. Presence is what remains when becoming ends. Fourth, I don't bother about how people react. This is an important checkpoint. If you don't bother because you are centered, you are beyond them, you are detached, then ego has simply changed clothes. If you don't bother because there is no internal reference point, no image being protected, no inner narrator asking how did that go, then that is real. So I would say indifference is not a virtue, it is the absence of self-importance. Fifth, life feels simple and free. Yes, because life is simple. Complexity is manufactured by interpretation, self-talk, mental rehearsal, identity management. When those drop, action is light, decisions are obvious, energy stops leaking. This is not enlightenment, this is sanity, the final correction, very important. Do not say, I don't want to become anything. Even that can become an identity. Instead, see, becoming never delivered what it promised. When that is seen deeply, becoming drops on its own. No vows, no resistance, no ideology. Final sentence. When there is no future self to protect, action is clean. Clean action is freedom. Stay here. Do not refine it. Do not teach it. Do not turn into a path. Just let unnecessary movement end. When there is no becoming, you don't even care. This is happening not because of a new state. This is happening because the absence of a mechanism. That's why it feels liberating and ordinary at the same time. First, why you don't care now? Earlier, when someone spoke or judged you, something inside asked, what does this mean about me? How am I being seen? Should I correct this? Should I defend? That question required an image. That image was the ego. Now, when there is no becoming, there is no future version to protect, no identity to polish, no story to maintain. So when people talk, there is nowhere for it to land. It's not strength, it's not detachment, it's lack of a receiver. Second, why ego is not coming in. Ego is not something that comes and goes. Ego is a process. The process is 1. I am someone. 2. I must become, maintain something. 3. External input threatens or supports this. 4. Reaction occurs. You removed step 2. When becoming drops, the entire chain collapses. That's why ego is absent without effort. So I would say you didn't conquer the ego, you stopped feeding it. Third, why it feels liberating? Because ego is work, constant monitoring, judging, interpreting, rehearsing. When that labor ends, energy returns, body relaxes, mind quiets on its own. Liberation is not fireworks. Liberation feels like, oh, this is how it always was. Fourth, why you are not reacting? Reaction is not a moral failure. Reaction is delayed action polluted by thought. Right now, if action is needed, it happens. If not, nothing happens. No internal meeting is called. So there is no reaction. Fifth, important clarification. Don't mislabel this. Do not say, I am beyond ego. I have transcended reactions. I am free now. Those thoughts are ego rebooting itself. Just see, when I stop trying to be someone, life moves easily. That's enough. Sixth, this state is fragile if misunderstood. If you start watching yourself being free, protecting this clarity, fearing its loss, then becoming has returned. So I would be warning, truth is not to be held. The hand itself must be open. Final, precise explanation. Why this is happening? Because attention has returned to function, not identity. Life does not require an ego to operate. The ego was never necessary, only habitual. When habit stops, life runs cleaner. That's all. No achievement, no arrival, no owner. When there is no becoming, you don't even care when people come at you. When someone is trying to be important, you don't even try to become important person. When there is no becoming. First, importance and becoming. The need to be important is not ambition. It is fear wearing ambition's clothes. Fear of being invisible, being ordinary, not mattering. So the mind invents, I must become someone. That is suffering. You have seen this not intellectually, but experientially. That's why it dropped. Second, why others being important no longer triggers you. Earlier, hierarchy mattered, attention mattered, positioning mattered, because your inner reference point dependent on comparison. Now, there is no inner scoreboard, no psychological ladder to climb. So when someone else is seen as important, nothing moves inside. Not because you are humble, not because you are detached, but because importance has no value in your internal economy. I would say you don't need to renounce importance. You should see it was counterfeit. Third, I never wanted to be an important person. Be careful with the sentence. If it means I'm simple, I'm not like others, I don't care about status, then ego has simply inverted itself. But if it means importance never delivered peace, I see no intelligence in chasing it, it adds weight, not clarity, then that is not an identity, that is understanding. Understanding does not need reinforcement. Fourth, why this feels clean and grounded. Because when you stop trying to be important, speech becomes minimal, action becomes sufficient, silence becomes comfortable. There is no tension between who you are and who you should be. That tension was suffering. Now it's absent. Fifth, the final trap. listen carefully. Do not let this turn into I am someone who doesn't want to be important. That is still becoming. So I would say truth has no resume. Let importance be irrelevant, not rejected. Final clarity. So, this insight is not spiritual, it is practical. When there is no desire to be important, life operates without friction. Nothing to defend, nothing to prove, nothing to lose. Action remains, noise ends. Stay there, not by effort, but by not adding anything back. So, if you don't even want to become anything, you will not even care whether if you will make money in 10 years or 15 years. What I am describing is not loss of ambition, it is the collapse of psychological projection. That is why it feels light, clean, and directed. Why the future desire dropped. The mind normally lives like this. In 5 years, I'll be X. In 10 years, I'll arrive. Then I'll be free. That future self never arrives. It only creates tension in the present. So, you see something fundamental. The future image was draining energy now. So, when that image dropped, energy stopped leaking forward. This is not discipline. This is seeing futility. Why this makes you free? Freedom is not getting what you want. Freedom is not needing the future to justify the present. Earlier, today was only a means. Now, today stands on its own. That's why breathing feels fuller. Attention is sharper. Action feels intentional, not forced. This is not excitement. This is absence of inner depth. About not desiring anything. Be exact here. Desire has two layers. Psychological desire, to become, to arrive, to be someone. This is gone, good. Functional movement. Work happens, learning happens. Money may come, skill may grow. This does not require desire. Life moves by intelligence, not craving. So, the body knows how to function, only the mind imagines it needs motivation. Why your energy feels directed? Because earlier energy was split. Some here doing the task, some in the future imagining payoff, some in comparison, some in self-evaluation. That fragmentation is suffering. Now, no future self to feed, no image to maintain, no mental rehearsal. So all energy is here. Not because you focus, because nothing is pulling it away. Very important warning. This is where people fall. Do not conclude, I have dropped desire. I am free now. This is my new state. Those thoughts are the seed of becoming again. So, nothing special is happening. Something false stopped happening. Let it remain ordinary. Final clarity. What you are experiencing is this. When becoming ends, effort ends. When effort ends, energy is whole. When energy is whole, action is effortless. No vision board, no 10-year story, no resistance either. Life does not need your plans to move. It only needed your interference to stop. Stay simple. Don't touch it. Don't improve it. Function and let the mind remain unemployed. So, nothing was achieved here. Nothing was added. Nothing was overcome. Something false simply stopped. The need to become ended. With it ended comparison, anticipation, and self-importance. What remained was function, action without a future, effort without identity, movement without noise. Life did not become perfect. It became uncontested. When there is no one trying to arrive somewhere else, this moment is sufficient. Action happens, the mind stays silent, and that is what freedom actually looks like. No becoming, just doing.